Alright, we're going to do something different for the next couple of days. A user by the name of Fravas, hope he's a subscriber, sent me this deck list there a while back. I was going to do it last week, but obviously I did Warp World instead. So this is a deck that he's created called Everything Dies. I will put a link to it over on MTG Vault in the video description. But I'm going to take a brief walkthrough of it right here now. So, you know, that's the deck box that I've chosen there. Crazy Ass Demon. I think that's Obnixilis, but I don't know. I think it fits for a deck called Everything Dies. And the reason it's called that is because we're playing 3 copies of Blasting Station. This is a Jund deck, black, green, and red. So Blasting Station, you get to tap it and sacrifice a creature, and it'll deal 1 damage to target creature or player. And then whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you can untap it. So I mean, if you know, you cast a creature, you untap it. But this also triggers on when your opponent casts creatures. So you can untap it, and you can do more than 1 damage. So we got a whole bunch of creatures in here that want to die or generate tokens or do something when they enter the battlefield, and they're kind of a little bit expendable after that. Like I said, this is entirely his build. I would probably change the mana curve a little bit. Looking at it down there, we don't have very many 2-drops, 21 3-drops, and 22 land. The only 3 5-drops are the Spider Spawnies, but I'll just walk you up the curve here. Now, starting on 1 mana, all 4 copies of Goblin Arsonist. This is great. This is a great card that's able to go 1 for 1 with something like Raise the Alarm or Krenko's Command. And of course, with a Blasting Station, you sacrifice it and you can spread out 2 damage however you want. So that's pretty good. And the other 1-drop is Young Wolf. So again, you know, when it dies, it comes back, so you can sacrifice it to Blasting Station at instant speed, trade it in, turn it into a 2/2, and maybe trade with something that your opponent's attacking with if they miss that. So that's the 1-drops there, red and green. Looking at 2-drops, we only have 6. We have 4 Elvish Visionaries in here just for a bit of card draw, and an expendable body after that. And 2 Bloodghast. I mean, the mana cost is a bit rough in a 3-color deck, but you sacrifice it, play land, and it comes right back. So you get to basically, you know, get a free point of damage off your Blasting Station just for playing your land for turn. So obviously that's why that's in here. At least I'm assuming, you know, whenever I say that's why that's in here and I'm giving you reasons, you know, I'm just assuming that that's why he put it in here. Because, again, this isn't my deck. Yeah, 3 mana. Basically, the rest of the deck is on 3 mana. So we got 4 copies of Phyrexian Rager, just a 2/2 that draws us a card. So between the 4 of these and the 4 Visionaries will at least, you know, keep us from running out of steam too quickly. So he's a decent guy, and again, you can trade with something or sacrifice it if necessary. Excuse me. 3 copies of Rockslide Elemental. So, I mean, the deck's called Everything Dies, and whenever something dies, this guy gets bigger. Plus he has first strike. Seems like pretty obvious inclusion to me. And we've got 4 copies of Raid Bombardment in here. I think 4 is probably too many. In my personal opinion, I would shave 2 of those right away for Goblin Rabble Masters, since they're not in here. But I mean, all the creatures in this deck are small and will trigger this, so it's a nice bit of reach. I mean, it might play better than I think it will. So I'm looking forward to actually taking out all 4 copies and just seeing how it plays. Blasting Station we talked about. Sprouting Thurnax, so it's a 3/3 for 3. Very, you know, it's on curve, and when it dies, you get 3 1/1 tokens. So I mean, you can sacrifice it, create 3 1/1s at the end of your opponent's turn, and then swing with them to trigger your Ray Bombardment 3 times. You know, and get a bit of reach that way. There's some cool stuff you can do with Thurnax, and of course, I mean, a 3/3 for 3 is pretty strong, and it's very good against Planar Cleansing. Not so good against Anger because it gets exiled, but very good against Planar Cleansing when your opponent taps out and you still end up with 3 power on the board. A lot of control decks can't beat that. Sorry for stuttering here, I'm not sure what's going on. And the last guy, again, this is a guy that I'm thinking about, on the fence about cutting this guy and try to get some more 2-drops in the deck. Cathari Bomber, he's a 3 mana 2/2 flyer, and when he hits the other guy, you get 2 Goblin tokens, and he goes to the graveyard from where you can unearth him. So, I mean, you know, I'm not too sure about him. Again, it could be like Raid Bombardment, it could play better than it looks. But we'll see, and of course, if we're going to be sacking everything and everything's going to end up in the graveyard, we're going to play all 3 copies of Spider Spawning just to generate a mass of tokens, all of which trigger Raid Bombardment, or you can just put a bunch of Blasting Station triggers on the stack, and when you cast Spider Spawning, you just burn them out. So, you know, it's an interesting way to go about it. So that's Fravas' deck right there. I took his complete mana base, didn't tweak it at all. Don't know if it needs to be tweaked. We'll find out again after some playtesting. He's got 3 copies of Savage Lands, obviously the Jund Tri-Land. He's got 2 Crumbling Necropolis. I assume that's just a Rakdos Guildgate. That's fucking with the opponent, making him think there's blue in the deck. And here again, we've got a Gruul Guildgate with white on it. You know, if I were actually playing my own list, my OCD would not let me have these in here. But I'm playing his deck list card for card, and so they have to be in here. And he's got 5 of each basic. So not sure how the color distribution breaks out. Didn't really have too much of a look at it because really, I just want to take the deck out and see how it performs, rather than critique it and change it before I even try it. So. Yeah, we'll take it out for a few spins. Probably, I don't know, I'm not going to do a full week with it, I don't think, but I may do 2 episodes And then perhaps, based on my experience in those 2 episodes, build a similar deck. Maybe tweak a few things. Got to get Goblin Rabblemaster in here, I think. And the curve needs to be fixed up a little bit. Those 21 cards in the 3-drop spot are a lot with only 6 2-drops. So, and of 2 of those 2-drops are going to be pretty hard to cast on curve. So, I think Satyr Wayfinder might have a home in here just as another green 2-drop to keep us hitting our land drops and fill up the graveyard for spawning, and just another expendable body for station. The cards I'm looking at are Cathari Bomber, like I said, and Ray Bombardment. But we'll see how good they are. And yeah, so that's the deck, and I'll see you in a couple of seconds for a gameplay. Alright guys, we're here in game 1 with Fravas' Everything Dies deck. We're looking at a hand with no black mana. We've got a pair of Young Wolves to get us started, and we've got 2 3-drops in black. So if we can just pick up a black source. How many black sources are in this deck? He's got 5 swamps. Should I mulligan this? I think the 2 Young Wolves are probably good enough against an aggressive deck that we can probably get there. So I'm going to keep. I don't know if that's right or not. How many black sources? I remember he had 5 basic swamps, 3 savage lands, 2 crumbling necropolis. So he's got 10 black sources. That's I don't know if that's going to be enough. We picked up a Jungle Shrine, but I'm not going to play that right now. I'm just going to get the Young Wolf into play. Our opponent, Smasher 39, the Crypt Keeper, has started with a Simic Guildgate. So we'll see. You don't see very many dedicated Simic decks. I know Mobius is doing one right now on his channel, but in the lobbies you generally don't see Simic decks. There's usually a 3rd color involved when you're into green and blue, at least in this metagame. So I think now I'm just going to play the Jungle Shrine this turn and get out another Young Wolf. We'll be on 3 mana then, but we won't have the black mana to cast either one of these 3-drops. But hopefully we either pick up a black source by then or a card that we can cast on the 3rd turn. It is another red mana. So let's see, our opponent's just done nothing. Maybe he's going to think twice or something. Let's get in for 1. Perhaps this was a mulligan, like I said, I'm not too familiar with the deck. Maybe the deck needs more black sources, I don't know. I'm going to have to, take a look at it, but we will definitely figure it out over the course of the next few days. See what works, what doesn't, and see, if we like it or not. Love to pick up a blasting station here. That would be pretty decent 3-drop that we can cast. He's going to tap down the Young Wolf there, and it's not going to untap. That's what Frostlinks does. Here is a Goblin Arsonist, so I guess we just play it since we can't play anything else. Don't have anything in the graveyard yet, and I don't really want to upgrade my Young Wolf to a 2/2, for no real reason just yet. Maybe we'll get a blasting station or something. Or maybe we'll get a Rock Slide Elemental, and then we can start swinging. And that way, when he jump blocks, we can grow it and get some more value out of it. Another Frostlinks is going to tap down our Goblin Arsonist. So the Arsonist could swing right in there, and if he blocks, the Arsonist could kill it. I'm also not going to jump block here. I'm on 20. Don't really feel the need. I'd like to keep my board intact for a little while. Really would love a swamp. That's what I would like. Oh, thank you, game. Question is now, do I Thrinax? Just get the 3/3 into play, or do I draw a card? I'm a sucker for card draw. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to take the card here. Let's see what we get. It is a Cathari Bomber. Okay, I'm not going to swing here just yet. Not going to swing. I may just swing with the whole team next turn, and see how he blocks, see what he does on this turn. But I don't think I'm ready to attack just yet. Alright, so now you see this land drop number 5, and he's going to cast a Quickling, so that's a 2/2 flyer. He's going to have to pick up a creature, but then he's just going to recast it and tap down one of our dudes again. Yep, and he's going to tap down the 2/2 Rager. So if he swings here with the other Frostlings, I will double block and upgrade both of my wolves into 2/2s. Let's see if he does that. Yeah, he's going to come in, so I'm definitely going to double block here. Okay, take those guys, or take that guy down, since he's playing Quickling and he wants to get his stuff back. Send that to the graveyard, and we'll get the Undying Trigger on both of our wolves. And now we've got a decent board position that we can swing with when we untap, which is right now. So we picked up a Raid Bombardment here. Okay, so I think I'm just going to get that into play. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then if he decides to trade off his creatures with my 2/2s, then we got spiders. So let's just swing here. So Raid Bombardment, whenever you attack with a creature power 2 or less, deals 1 damage to him. So we just got 3 triggers. So that's 3 face damage here. And we're coming in here. If he blocks the 1/1, we'll just shoot a point of damage at whatever he blocked with, and we'll kill it. So I mean, all of these cards are capable of trading with his entire board. And like I said, we get the 3 triggers, and we're going to untap with at least a Rager and one of these guys, depending on how he blocks. No, he's just going to eat the 5. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But here's the point in the game where having all these 3 drops is it's kind of bad, because we got 5 mana, we've got 2 open. If some of these Cathari Bombers were Wayfinders, we could play them. You know, but I mean, when you're relying on 21 or 22 3-drops, whatever the number is, then you can only generally cast 1 of them per turn, up until you get to 6 mana. So it really constrains the deck's mana that way. So I think that definitely needs to change. Maybe, you know, Raid Bombardment seems like it might be pretty good. Definitely wasn't unhappy to draw it and slammed it down right away. This card though, I'm not looking forward to casting that. I mean, he's way down the hierarchy. I'm definitely going to cast a Thrinax before I cast that. Spawning might even happen before that, based on, you know, if he spends any removal or how combat goes and that sort of stuff. But he's definitely down pretty low on the totem pole of things to cast. So that's probably going to be the first place to start. So he's going to Genesis Hydra for 4. It's going to give him a 4/4, and he gets to, the only hit he got was this Elvish Visionary, so he's going to get to put that into play and draw a card. So now he's got a good blocker there. This deck doesn't have anything like shock or removal. It's mostly creatures, so I can't swing in with my 2/2s and you know, and then shock the 4/4 and get rid of it. So I'm just going to be sacrificing my teamer. But he's coming in with the flyer, and he's on 11. I mean, he's looking at 4 just off Raid Bombardment triggers alone. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. That's not a problem for me. He's only gonna be able to block 2 dudes. Okay, let's Visionary. We could pick up another Raid Bombardment, and that would probably be game over. So let's see. It is a forest, so that's not a Raid Bombardment. We're still gonna swing with the team here, though. We are still definitely going to do that, and if he attacks next turn, we can chump block with the Thrinax maybe, and create 3 tokens to trigger this Raid Bombardment. So I don't know. Card looks pretty good. Raid Bombardment. I was thinking about chopping it out, but now I think I'm not sure. I don't know. It's doing a bit of work for me. Got 7 damage, face damage off it already. So he's just going to pick off a Young Wolf, and he's going to pick off the Arsonist. So we're going to shoot that to his face since we can't kill anything with it. Everything over there has 2 toughness right now, so let's do that. Yes, I do want to use it, and let's put a Thrinax down. So he's on 2. So all we got to do next turn is swing with. We got to keep 2 guys, and 2 Raid Bombardment triggers will kill him. So Palaka Worm will be absolutely fucking devastating here right now. He's on 7 mana. He's got the green mana necessary. Really don't want to see it, but it's only 7 life, and with enough Raid Bombardment triggers, we can probably get through it. Considering we've got spiders, so we sacrifice all these creatures for Raid Bombardment triggers. That he kills them all, and then we bring them back and bombard again. So yeah, definitely like it. It's not a card I've played with, honestly, in the entire time D15 has been out. This is a Surakar Banisher. I've never seen that card resolve. At least I don't think I have. Man, oh man, that's crazy. I think he bounces a tapped creature back to my hand. Is that what that does? Yeah, I think it's only a tapped creature straight back to my hand. You may return target tapped creature. Yeah. Oh wow. So, but anyway, we got the 2 Raid Bombardment triggers, so we just got to swing with these 2 dudes here. He could have, well, Fog isn't going to save him because Fog only prevents combat damage. So here's 2 triggers. 1. Game over. Raid Bombardment did a lot of work, I must say. Okay, and yeah, we can chump block with the Thrinax there, and you know, get 3 more damage off the Bombardment. So maybe 4 copies is right. Maybe we want to see that every single game. But Cathari Bomber didn't look very good. It's only 1 game. You never know. It might turn out differently. But let's see if we can find another one and try this again. Thanks, Fravas, for the deck, and see you in a couple seconds. All right, we're back with game 2 now of Everything Dies. Looking at an opening hand with all of our colors. We've got 1, 2, 3 drop, and we can cast. Can't cast them all. We're gonna have to play Forest turn 1, Mountain turn 2, then a tap land unless we pick up a swamp. But still, I think it's keep. So yeah, we'll go ahead and keep this. Playing against Pakio. He must be a Manny fan, or maybe it's Pakillo, but I think it's definitely Pakio. Either way, we are not going to play the tap land here. We are going to get the Young Wolf into play right away, and just start nudging at him with the 1 damage for a little while. He's played an Izzet Gilgate. We could be looking at the whole Kiln Fiend, Gutter Snipe, Pyromancer nonsense. You know, it's going to be pretty tough to beat that, I imagine. But if we get an active Blasting Station, it's a Kraken Hatchling, so probably not going to be the spell-based deck. Well, maybe he's playing it as a defender of some sort, like a Wall of Omens. I don't know. So here is a Goblin Arsonist, so at least we can cast that next turn, if nothing else. But I'm going to play the Visionary here. We can't attack because of that 0-4. So we'll just draw a card instead. And we picked up a Rock Slide Elemental. So I may even go ahead and cast that next turn, but that delays my black mana source even further. So, not sure what the plan is going to be, but if he's playing red, I don't know, he's going to just shock this thing first unless he blows it on one of these creatures. We'll see if he just blows his removal here, if he plays Bolt of Keranos, Resounding Thunder, or something like that. Yeah, here's a Bolt of Keranos. He's just going to turn my dude into a 2/2. That's fine with me. I'll take it. So now we got a 2/2. He can still block it with the Hatchling, but we're going to get 1 through off the Visionary. And I'm going to get the black source into play tapped. And get an Arsonist into play. So next turn I think it will be Rock Slide, or do I get him to exhaust his removal first? See, if he exhausts his removal killing my dudes, then that's a whole bunch of triggers I'm not going to get off Rock Slide. But if I put the Rock Slide out there and it just dies, well then it didn't do anything, so... Let's see if he wants to burn a few more red removal spells, I guess, because if Rock Slide gets out of control, then it's going to be pretty hard for him to deal with. Although he's playing blue, he could have a Vapor Snag, some Voyage's End or something. So maybe I don't worry about it. Maybe I just run it out there, and we'll see though. He's main phased in Inspiration. Don't know why he would main phase it, but there you go. He's all tapped out, and we know that. So that's some good information for us. All right, so now we picked up a second Rock Slide. Yeah, Cathari Bomber is definitely way down on the totem pole, but if I play this now and it doesn't die, the next turn when I swing with it, it will die and trigger the Rock Slide, so I can play a Rock Slide pre-combat, and then get the bonus when the bomber dies. So I will play the bomber this turn, and we'll get him for 2 here because he's going to block the wolf, obviously. But yeah, I mean, look at all the 3 drops. We can only play 1 per turn, and the deck's running 22 lands, so getting to 6 is not going to be the easiest. So it seems like every turn we're going to have unspent mana, which is the whole point of the mana curve, especially in these aggressive decks, is to spend all of your mana every turn. I mean, the person who spends the most mana generally wins the game. So that's why the mana curve is an important concept, so you can just flush out your turns. So we're definitely going to have to add some more 2 drops in here. Here is a Krankle's Command, so he's got a pair of tokens now. Would like to get, honestly, would like to get a Raid Bombardment, but putting this Rock Slide into play is also going to be scary if he decides to start jump blocking. So here's a Rabblemaster. That's going to be tokens sent at us every turn that we can block, and when Rock Slide is in play, they'll just keep growing every time we block with a 2/2 or something. So here we go. We're going to kill that token since we can. He's tapped out again, but he's got a Rabblemaster and some Goblin tokens. So now we're going to put a Rock Slide down. And we're going to swing with the team, because depending on how he blocks and all that sort of stuff. Depending on how he blocks, do I keep anybody home? Well, no, I'm going to get 2 tokens. Whoops, I'm going to get 2 tokens off of this as blockers. It's going to die and make this a 2-power, or make my Rock Slide a 2-power first strike. At the very least, I'm going to have a 2-power first strike to block that Rabblemaster, unless he has removal for it. And again, if he blocks some creatures, then that Rock Slide is going to grow pretty big. So, not sure he can really block. Oh my God, I'm having trouble speaking this morning. Not sure he can block profitably here without just letting my Rock Slide get completely out of control. And if he manages to deal with it, like if he has the shock or another bolt or a Resounding Thunder or something like that, then I've got another one. So yeah, Rock Slide is going to go up to a 2/2 first strike. We're going to get the Savage Lands into play tapped. And pass it on back over. We've got a decent board. Our opponent's on 13. We're on 20. He's got a Rabblemaster. 5 mana in Izzet colors. 6 mana. Could be an Inferno Titan. That'd be pretty bad. Really, Mobius got wrecked by an Inferno Titan at the end of his last video. He was down to 2 against the Killing Fiend deck. Thought he played pretty well, actually. That first game he played was pretty excellent. Play around the Planar Cleansing with the Pestermite like that. Really enjoyed that. Here's an Archaeomancer. So he's going to go get back... he's played land this turn, so he can't bolt me or any of my creatures. He can get back a Krankle's Command and cast it, but that doesn't bother me. He could get back an Inspiration, which is what he's going to do, but that also doesn't bother me. So let's see if he's got removal for the Rock Slide. If he doesn't, then all his Goblins are going to come in, and I am definitely going to watch a whole bunch of creatures die here and get a Rock Slide completely out of control. So He could have. No, I'm not going to block there. He could have coordinated assault and take me down. So I'm just going to trade some goblin tokens here. That's going to be 4 creature deaths. And again, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose my rock slide to a coordinated assault there. So yeah, it's going to be a 6/6 first strike now. So yeah, we managed to resolve the first one. So no shocks incoming. So that thing is officially out of control. Yes, indeed. And yes, indeed. Okay, so he's on 13. 13. Oh, we got another rock slide. So we got 5 mana. How many creatures in the grave? Just 1. Spider spawning. You know, I'm not sure. This deck really wants or needs it. I'm sure, you know, it's probably good against the control decks where they kill all your stuff and then you spawn and then you flash it back and that sort of thing. So perhaps it still needs to be here. But I've got a couple of choices here. I can put down another rock slide and swing with the team and get that out of control. I can unearth a Cathari Bomber, create a few more goblin tokens. I may do that and get in for 2 in the air. I think I will. It's going to make my graveyard empty. You know, so spider spawning now does nothing. But I'm going to swing with everybody. You know, and for everything, he's going to have to block that 6/6. I have a feeling he definitely is going to have to sacrifice the Kraken Hatchling. That's only going to make it bigger. He's going to sacrifice the Archaeomancer, but he's still looking at another 6, and he's on 13. So, I mean, I wish there was a way to give Rock Slide Trample or something. You know, I'm sure there are ways, but, you know, it would be nice if he innately had it like the, or, you know, if he was like the Thorn Thrash Gaston, where you just pay green to get it. But anyways, he's up to 7/7 now, and he's down to 9. Cathari Bomber, it doesn't die, unfortunately, because we unearthed it. It's going to get exiled. So it's not going to put a counter on a Rock Slide. But we still get the Goblin tokens. So we got a couple more tokens here, and when his obligatory Goblin swing happens here, because of the Rabble Master makes the Goblins attack, we can get 4 more creature deaths, or I may just take it. It's probably better to just take it at this point, since we're up 19 to 9. Depends on what he does, though. Again, I mean, it could be an Inferno Titan at any time here. You know, it's definitely in his deck. He's just going to Inspiration main phase again. Cool with that. He could pick up some removal, but, you know, Rock Slide's way out of range now. He hit a 7th land. So he's got 3 now. You know, he's representing counter mana, but I'm not sure if he's playing those in there. The 2/1/1s are coming, but I think I'm just going to take it. Because I got a wide board and he's on 9. I'd rather use my goblins to attack with. So we'll just take the 2 here. And let's see what happens. He could have an Anger of the Gods, but then we've got a 7/7 first strike still on the board. So he's going to play a young Pyromancer. That thing can get out of control, but it's a little bit late for that. We picked up a 6th land, so I'm definitely going to double Rock Slide if I have the mana. I do have, yeah, so you know, we need 2 red sources, what am I saying? So yeah, we'll double Rock Slide pre-combat. And then when we swing with the team here, any blocks that he makes are going to grow to both of them. So let's just come in with everybody. You know, let's put the pressure on him. He's going to have to block. Lose some dudes. He's definitely going to block the 7/7, and I imagine that's where the Kraken Hatchling is going. And he's looking at 1, 2, 3, 6 more. So it'll take him down to 3. No, he's going to sacrifice the young Pyromancer? Really? Alright, I mean, he's got to block a lot of stuff. I don't know why he's keeping his Hatchling, though. The Pyromancer has the possibility to generate a whole ton of chump blockers. He's just going to kill the Visionary, which is fine. I'll just get Rock Slide triggers out of that. So there goes the Pyromancer in first strike. We get 3 Rock Slide triggers, 1 for each dude. Okay. And now Elvish Visionary is going to die after combat damage. He's down to 6. And we get 3 more Rock Slide triggers. So they're all out of shock range now. But we do know that he is playing Bolt Kernos, so he could pick off one of them. But not too worried about that. His Rabble Master is still around, so that's going to generate a token and prevent him from jump blocking. Perhaps he, you know, should have sacrificed the Rabble Master. I don't know really what he should have done there. But how many creatures are in the graveyard here now? Just 1. So Spider Spawning's, I don't know. Like I said, it's probably good against the control decks, but I'm not really sure. He's going to Portent of Betrayal, take my 9/9. I wonder if he's got a sack outlet for that, like a fling or something. I wonder if he does, if he's going to throw 9 at our face. Interesting. You know, I can't really afford to take a hit from it in case he does have a fling. So I'm going to have to lose another Rock Slide. Just to be safe. So let's see, all the goblins are coming here now. Portent of Betrayal. Didn't see that coming. You know. Let's see, he's going to bring the 9/9 first strike. So yeah, if I take a hit from it and he flings it at me, I'm just going to look like a fool. So I do have to block it, unfortunately. and lose one of my rock slides. If he does have a fling, then he's going to kill 2 of my rock slides, and dome me for, well, more than 9, because that thing's going to grow. So I have to block it and lose 1, and then I have to block a goblin token as well. So first strike damage, you know, 2 dudes die. So that's 2 triggers for me, and it's 2 triggers for him as well. Maybe he doesn't put the counters on it if he doesn't have a fling. No, that one's in the graveyard. Yeah, so, you know, or maybe he has auto resolution on and he's not choosing. But I mean, if he doesn't have a fling, he shouldn't put those counters on, because I'm going to get the creature back. I really highly suspect, though, he's going to fling that at my face. Definitely think I'm getting hit for 11 here. But we'll see. Maybe flinging the faces now. Right, no, he's going to play Chasm Skulker. Okay, so I get it back. So how many dudes have I got in the yard now? 2. I can make 2 spiders. But again, let's just bring the team here. He's got 3 blockers. So he's got to block the 2 big dudes and take some incremental damage. If he kills the Goblin Arsonist, then I can throw a point of damage at his face. So he's going to chump block the 11/11 with his fresh Chasm Skulker. Let's see, he's going to sacrifice the Rabble Master, and he's just going to hold on to that Kraken Hatchling for dear life. So there's more triggers for our rock slides, 2 each. There we go. Do I spawn here? Or do I bomb? I think I bomb, because a flyer is going to get damage through. But he could have another active treason type effect. He could. So I'm actually going to spawn just for 2, just to get a couple of... Cathari Bomber is only 1 blocker. So spiders give me 2 blockers, so that way I'm a little bit safer if he has multiple active treasons. So I think that's the play. Let's see, we're looking at a Master of Waves, going to generate 2 tokens. So he's keeping it, you know, he's keeping the chump blockers coming. You know, Master has Pro Red, so he can block my 13/13 all day long. But I really don't think... How many blockers does he have? 6, and we have 8 guys. We can get in for a guaranteed 2 points of damage. 2 points of damage. Ray Bombardment will be sweet. It is a spider spawning. It is a spider spawning, so we're just going to bring everybody. You know, he's going to have to lose. He's going to have to lose most of his team, and then I'll spawn for another couple. Just keep going wide. I mean, Anger of the Gods, not too scary. Wrecks his whole board, except for Master. But we get to keep our big Rock Slide Elementals, so he's going to trade off with a Spider token and an Elemental. Same thing goes here. I imagine the Pro Red Master's going on to 13/13. That would be the thing to do. He's going to block with the Goblin token on 7/7. Well, I guess Master's going to kill something. I don't know. He's got to watch out for that Arsonist. He's currently taking lethal here. So, let's see, he's changing up his blocks. So he might lose the game because he's running out of time on his timer. He's going to put Master on a green creature. That doesn't make any sense. And he's still taking 3. Oh, you got that last block in at time, so he's only taking 2 here now. And he's losing his Master Waves, which doesn't make any sense considering it has Pro Red. So he's going to trade it with a Spider token. Yeah, we'll do that. A couple of times here, and a couple of times there. Still haven't seen, you know, a Blasting Station come up yet, which would obviously be a good card for this deck. That's kind of why I wanted to play it. So he's down to 1, and his board is empty. And we've got a couple of big rock slides here. And we're going to... I'm going to spawn again. Yep, it's a lot more... Oh, wow, we got to watch a lot of rock slide elemental triggers here. Yeah, dude's getting out of hand. Maybe there should be 1 copy of Fling in here just for the LOLs. But I've got the, obviously, individual triggers turned on because of Blasting Station and the way that works. And just because I generally like it. But it is a bit of a fucking pain when it comes to this. You know, it's nice to have the option to respond to every individual trigger, but you know, sometimes it can be a bit unwieldy, especially, you know, when you're producing a video and putting out some content. You know, you really don't want to have to make people watch this, but at the same time, you don't want to not be able to use your Blasting Station properly. So I'm going to spawn, but I'm going to hide the contents in my hand here and flash it back since I have the mana for it. And he's just going to counter it, which is fine. You know, he's on 1 life. He's going to have a hard time dealing with this board. He's going to need multiple bounce spells. I don't think there's anything he can do with just one card in his hand, honestly. Unless he, you know, manages to hack out a planar cleansing. But we'll see. We'll see what he can do with the one card. Well, two cards. He had his draw step, but still, I don't think there's anything. Elixir, oh my goodness, that'll come in to save the day. Yeah, it's 5 life. Not going to be enough, though. You're going to need a blocker here because you're taking... You can block the 21-21, but the 15-15 still coming for you. Plus all the damage off the edge. 4 more. Yeah. He's got... So let's see if the AI shows us that last card. It doesn't. So let's just swing with the team here. You can block one, bounce the other, and still survive. I guess if he has a Vapor Snag, he can block one of the big guys, bounce the other big guy, and only take 4, go to 2. But doesn't look like that's the case, and we take down Hakeem. Yeah, just call us Floyd Mayweather. Alright, guys. Yeah, deck seems interesting, so let me know in the comments what you think of the list. If there's anything you would change, what cards you'd like to see, what cards you'd like to take out, and you know, I'll do another video tomorrow with his exact deck list, and we'll decide from there. But still, let me know what you think of the deck, and thanks Fravas for pointing me to the list, and we'll see you for some more gameplay tomorrow. Thanks, guys.